All right, let's talk about our workflow builder. So in Leica.io, our workflow builder is very powerful. And because it's so powerful, it can take some time to get used to it and to learn about everything it can do. So in this video, I'm just going to keep it short. It could be 2 hours, but I'm just going to keep it 3-4 minutes. And we're just going to talk about the main features that our workflow builder has. So if you go to a project, you can click on workflow, and that'll create the workflow within the project. I'm going to name it demo. And every workflow has a trigger. On Leica.io, we have 4 types of triggers. We have this manually run trigger, recurring schedule, listen for webhook, and then most apps have a trigger. So I'm going to go through the triggers really quick. Manually run lets you manually run it by clicking on the play button. And you can also add some required fields that need to be filled out before it runs. Manually run also lets an AI agent run this workflow. And it also lets you have this workflow run as a sub workflow in another workflow. So yes, workflows can run other workflows. Now let's talk about the recurring schedule. This is just, I want it to run every Friday at 8 a.m. I want this to run every second Wednesday at noon, right? Listen for webhook lets you, from your own application, use HTTP, hit like a post to get on a certain URL, and it'll run the workflow. And then the app workflows are a little more intuitive. If I have like a Slack, when I receive a new message from Tony in this channel, and the message contains urgent, then run this workflow. So I can show you really quick. Every app action and trigger requires you to select a connection. And if you don't have one, you can just create one. And then there's some dynamic values that get loaded from this connection. So now I can see myself in the Slack channel, and then I can select a Slack channel. And then I hit save. And now this will trigger all the actions I add. So actions, we have a few pre-built ones that we provide. So we have like some pre-built AI actions. And then you can also message your AI agent. And this is actually how you trigger your AI agent to run autonomously. So anytime you get a new email, send it to my agent, he'll take care of it, right? Then we have these flow control actions. These are actions that control the flow of your workflow. It can pause it, it can have it stop for a few seconds, it can schedule it for later, it can split the path and run, or it can run paths conditionally. You can have it pause, and then a human has to decide which path to take. You can have it pause, and a human has to enter some data before it continues. So really powerful stuff here. You can also search your knowledge. We have some helpers we provide, but then most of everything else you'll see will be apps, and every app has their own set of actions. Like a Google Drive one can export a file, and then you can attach it to an email. So that's a main overview of what our workflow can do. And in future videos, we're actually going to dive in and talk about how you can pass data from one step to another and just create really powerful workflows. And then you can give the workflow as a tool to your AI agent, and your AI agent can run the workflows for you to, just build this really powerful system, which is the main idea behind Leica.io. So stay tuned for those other videos. Thanks.